everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Wa.
And I am Chris, and welcome to Docu
we're
Sweeties.
we are longtime friends.
Yeah.
Wanting to discuss the riveting and sometimes trashy world of reality TV and docuseries.
Through our own lens, which is often ridiculous, absurd, sometimes salty, but at the end of the day, mildly sweet. Welcome to tonight's exciting live that will focus on meeting the cast of Love in Paradise season 2. And this, of course, is a 90-day spinoff in the world of 90 Day People. But in fact, there is no time limit on this love. They just are existing in a casino like, Vegas like. Time is linear and has no beginning or end.
Yeah, so this is a great version of 90 Day Fiancé because it all has to do with people who have found love in the Caribbean or in paradise, like somewhere surrounding the Gulf of Mexico / the Caribbean Sea. And it
could be Bali though, couldn't they? Or no? Is it always Caribbean?
They okay, could, but so far it's been Caribbean the first 2 seasons, and now Puerto Vallarta. But it's great because we're seeing it from the perspective of the American going over a bunch of times. So it's almost like a 90 day before the 90 days, except for the entire time they're in the foreign country and they are trying to either make it, I don't know, it's all been different. It's all been different circumstances. Either way it goes, the American has basically taken an extended trip in this country and is making plans to either decide whether or not they want to get married or they're pregnant randomly from the last trip they were there. Something like that.
Now, here's the thing. If we know the way that TLC / Discovery Plus did this last time with season 1 was they released it on Discovery Plus, the platform, season 1, and then later released the TLC episodes. Now, Wa watched them when Discovery Plus first aired them. Did you like season 1?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought season 1 was really refreshing, mainly because there were a lot of people of color in it. And also, I mean, I guess there's always in regular 90 Day Fiancé, except for when you go to like Ukraine. But they also were in paradise the whole time. And there was one couple that were young, Black, educated, and dark-skinned. It was just like, me! Me! And it was really nice to see that on TV.
What happened to them?
So it was Martine and can't remember his name. Martine is from Florida and she's Haitian. And Steven, with a V, is Barbasian from Barbados or Trini, one of those countries.
Okay.
And he...
Barbasian? Is that really?
Oh, no, Bayesian is what you call them.
Okay.
Sorry, I said bar and then I realized I was saying it wrong. So, like, Rihanna is Bayesian.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
She's from Barbados, but they're called Bajans.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So, but the Trinidadian / maybe Bajan guy, he was a DJ and he had no desire to go to the US and he had a daughter. He was young. They were the same age, about maybe like a 4-year difference. And they had been dating for a couple of years and she wanted him to put a ring on it. And at the end of it, he didn't put a ring on it. He told her, like, I don't think we're ready for that. And she said, I'm so relieved. I agree.
Oh, anticlimactic, though.
No, it was like exactly what we needed. We needed to see people make a responsible decision on this show.
Oh, so they're not going to be on any kind of season 2.
They're in stuff. They're still doing stuff. They're still dating, but it's about the ring. Like, they were just like, we're not ready for the ring. I'm not ready to marry. Like, we don't know each other well enough. And this trip has really shown me that, you know, I do want a family, but I don't want to force it on you like this. It was so adult. It was like refreshing. It was so different.
All right. Well, okay. Listen, we can you can explore that if you haven't yet. This is the Meet the Cast of season 2. Now, we do have 2 peeps from the first season joining as the OGs. So we can start with them if you want. And that would be starting with Amber Graney and Danielle Salazar. Honey, Amber is 30 and Danielle 23.
It's actually either Daniel or Danielle. You know,
okay.
Whatever. If you want to say it in Spanish, then it makes sense that you call him Danielle when it's a boy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can just, whatever feels comfortable coming off of your tongue. Danielle is originally from Venezuela, but lived in Yaco, Costa Rica.
Yeah. So what it is with Daniel is that he like fled Venezuela.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's his face from the current season?
Yeah, Guillermo.
Yeah, Guillermo.
Hot ass, gorgeous, gorgeous Guillermo.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like every time you have to do one of those things, like any of those, like, what's my name? Like, you know, like a name kind of stupid name game.
What was yours?
Okay, mine either is Krabby Chris, which I think really works because like in the morning I'm so crabby.
Okay.
Or Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What was yours?
Wonderful Wahima.
Okay. I like that. I do like that. Obviously, Guillermo should be gorgeous. Like, can you imagine just be like, gorgeous Guillermo? And everyone would be like, yes.
Yeah.
That must have been like what his mom said when she first saw that face. I mean,
just so beautiful.
Okay.
So Daniel also fled from Venezuela, and he moved to Costa Rica. Either his brother came with him or they came separately. So he was in Costa Rica working at a bar, and Amber came in, and he thought she was the most beautiful angel to ever walk into his presence. And they had such a great time. I think they had like met up twice prior to that's this season 1. And so we saw her like stressing him the F out, trying to get him together to have his interview. Mm-hmm. Like, so all it was just, Daniel doesn't understand. Daniel doesn't get it that this is so important to me. There, Dad?
Yeah. Just
leaving just at 9:52.
You Taco Bell?
Want to call him and ask him if he's okay? If he needs one of us to go with him, make sure he's okay.
I don't know why he's doing that. So weird.
I mean, if you are feeling a feeling of wanting to go down and ask him what he's doing, I'm not going to stop you.
Should I feel that feeling, or should I just be like, I let this old grown man do his own thing, Chris. You're not. This is his house.
You're right.
I know, but that was my initial. You saw me being like,
yeah. You also saw me wanting to do it with you, to be like, where are you going? Because if it were my dad, I'd be like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Yeah. Can you give me Taco Bell?
Yeah. So anyways, we saw Amber be horrible to Daniel, and we saw him be, thinner than he is now, and look seemingly more happy. And
they looked very happy in their like footage of them hanging out in Costa Rica, where they just basically are making out and then doing selfies of the video of that. And I just like, hey,
Chris,
we did this.
I think that's the thing. I think that when people like each other, like when people like each other and they're relatively young. And
we look hot. We're hot.
Yeah.
So if we're hot doing this, then we're probably hot like this. And then just like, we get to send all these pictures of us making out to like all our drunk old hookups and be like, look.
Is that what they do? Or do
that's what those kids do.
Remind themselves of
they say they put it on Snapchat, and then they just like kind of like show it off to people in their stories, and they know that certain jealous like folk from their past are watching their stories. That's what they're doing. Could you
imagine being so free and making out with somebody in public and videoing it?
Well, yes.
You've done it?
I just wouldn't put it past me.
Oh. It is just not a part of my life. It's not my experience as an individual, as a human. Mm-hmm. And now the idea of doing it just feels like, who am I making out with like that in public?
Right.
Like at home.
Oh,
I'm doing it all.
Yeah.
But in public?
Here's the thing with them. Let's bring them up. You said that he looked like this, and then when we see him in season 2, he got a little dad bod, but with no kid, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they don't have children. But he has a little dad bod. He's unhappy. He's not on the beach. He's not running around. He's not like doing whatever.
Look at
him. I know.
So here's the thing.
I like
what?
Pick me up, I feel. But he's probably short. He's probably just the same height as me. But like I feel like he could I feel like he rocks her socks. Like this is she's never had somebody grab her from grab the hip meat.
Yeah.
He grabs
it.
That. Because she's thick. Okay. That
tattoo, I like it. I feel like I'd venerate to that cross. No, I just like I like a bad boy tattoo. I can't help it. He's young, not for me. But like in life, like I'm susceptible to certain things, and I just have known myself over the years to understand certain things that I am vulnerable to. And it is hard for me.
She's such a sensitive baby.
No, I know. So I have to not be triggered.
Crazy.
I know, because I have triggers.
Oh my God. He was smacking it up, flipping it, and rubbing it down. Oh yes.
Oh my God.
And she fell in love with that. Then it went about stressing him out. Next couple.
Okay. Also the OGs from season 1, who is also stressing people out. Let's talk about Ariana and Sherlon, honey. Okay. First of all, I think she's really, really pretty. I like
beautiful.
I love her like coloring and her like, even though she sometimes has, and I get it because you're on a reality show, the most intense fake eyelashes, but they all do, like definitely Daniela does. We'll get into it. They know they're going to go on a reality show. And so someone's like, girl, you can't go on anymore without them fake eyelashes. And so they get the biggest ones.
I feel like our poor little baby here is sheltered in her Orange County, just like neutral color nail world, where she doesn't understand that their eyelashes, Danielle's and Ariana's, are normal.
Oh,
they're normal. You have not seen the aggressive eyelashes that I have seen that like run across my job. Like, you've not seen it. The girls are out there causing waves with eyelashes.
by blinking.
I mean, their lids are heavy. You don't know what color their eyes are.
Mm-hmm.
They are out here like holding up eyelashes and lids at the same time. It's like it's like an exercise. There are women whose like face around here are buff. They just like have muscle because of the amount of lash lifting that they do on a daily basis. So Ariana's little sparse nanas and Danielle's little short thickums, they are actually quite natural looking.
Danielle's is more natural to me, I guess. They're like a uniform fresh set. I mean, Ariana's is the flittery whiffleries, like wispies, like 3 clumps, like 3 clumps here, 3 clumps there. They're just so long. Here's the thing. I understand that there are longer ones, but there shouldn't be. Here's one thing with me, Chris Farah. You will get my honest opinion about makeup and beauty all the time. And especially when it comes to eyebrows or makeup or eyelashes or hair. I can't help myself. I'm judgmental. And here's the thing. I know it's a look, but what I'm saying is if you are listening to this and you're thinking, should I try that? No. You can have better eyelashes by either attaching individual singular ones, like by glow, like individuals.
Ain't nobody got time.
Learn how to do it.
No
learn
one has
how to
time
do
for
it.
that.
Beauty is pain, and I'm telling you, it looks better. Or just find someone that does them incredibly naturally. I mean,
and those people are expensive, Chris. Like, no. These people are going to their nail lady to get their lashes done. They're not going to a lash studio and paying $150 for lashes.
But then here's the thing, and I mean this. I'm not trying to be privileged.
Conservative.
You should not be getting anything that gets that close to your eye by anyone who isn't good at it. I'm not saying you should get your manicures and pedicures at only the finest salons. Absolutely not. But I do think that when you're close to your eye and using chemicals and glue, I want you to go to a good person. If you're going to go to a good person, I really want you to get a classic pair. Now, we can fight this on to the tooth and nail one. We will.
We don't have to right now, though.
I think we should.
Okay.
Anyway, but no, but I mean, no, they look natural there, but in some of these shots, not so much. So yeah, basically, she's from the US, he's from Jamaica. They, what are we talking about? Yeah, Ariana and Sherlon.
Mm-hmm.
And he was feeling her, and that was probably the best Jamaican accent I've ever done. Every time I try and do a Jamaican accent for a while, and we're like watching it turns painfully Irish.
I really wish that you would just give up on actually trying to do the accent and just do Irish. Anytime you want to do a different accent, it doesn't matter if it's Irish or not. Just go into your freaking lilt. Let's just pretend you're a redheaded lass and you're moving through pastures with your nap dress.
Oh, I want it so bad. I know.
You're like, the fae are over there. What the fuck ever. Looking for a leprechaun or what the fuck ever.
Yeah. Always. I love Lucky Charms. So basically, as we know, she came over, they met, They had a baby. No, a lot of things
Okay.
happened. No, I know. So well, I'll go.
So basically what happened last season is that she and her sisters went to Jamaica when she was feeling really good. She had just like lost a bunch of weight.
How'd she lose the weight? Like what happened?
Working out and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She did she tell you what she did? Like tell you personally what?
No, she didn't call me and tell me.
But like,
I actually was on her Instagram and I saw she just did a lot of squats. That's it.
Yeah, was it cardio also?
No,
probably?
only squats.
Wow, that she has a great butt.
Yeah.
I mean, the butt is, and she has a thin ass waist.
Yeah. She has one of them bodies.
Yeah.
So she lost a bunch of weight, was feeling real good about herself, went to Jamaica, had a good time with this guy that worked at a resort, and accidentally got knocked up. So where we met her last season was that she was 6 months pregnant and she was going back to Jamaica to visit him and to like have a conversation since she got pregnant with her mother and her 2 sisters. And so the whole season was basically her wanting a bit of love and affection from him not really giving it to her because him feeling awkward about the situation, and probably, and this was my take last season, wondering what she truly thought he was going to do about the situation. He wasn't going to go to the US. He wasn't going to marry her. He was like, yes, I love this kid and I'll be this kid's parent, but you weren't supposed to get pregnant because I'm just a paradise dingaling. So it's weird that you're back here wanting something from me, but you do know I want to be on TV, so I'm okay with it. Like, it was like that. And then he got interrogated by the sisters. He got interrogated by the mother. So that was in between, like, every other episode. And, then he's talking to the camera mainly about how he's just like a Playboy stud and how he never expected this to happen, but he's excited to have a kid, and not so much about Ariana because he's not going to be forced into marriage. So it was like the opposite of what we normally see on this show, which is somebody who's saying they're clamoring to come to the US and they want to take care of you and the baby Benny, blah, blah, blah. But then truly, like, he was like, no, I'm not going to move to the snow. And I was completely on his side, honestly. I thought she was a fool for putting herself out there on TV like this. But she ended up having the baby like super early, and the baby, it was a lot going on. And so this season, the baby's 10 months. He pulled through. His name is Odin. He named him Odin because he said that he is descendant of Vikings. And so they named the baby Odin, and she's now come back to Jamaica to work on their relationship because she feels like he's been distant recently.
Okay, so do we find out in season 1 or only in season 2 that he works at 2 different resorts?
We find that out in season 1.
Okay, so they meet at a family-friendly resort, as she's there with her family. But the other resort he works at is a adults-only, clothing optional swinger resort, where he is just knee-deep in, pee all the time. And so it's just so interesting, like what she knew and what, I don't know. She was just so young, I think. That she was just intoxicated by alcohol, her like ego, hormones, maybe COVID, because it was during COVID. She could have been intoxicated with the virus, I'm not quite sure. But overall, it just like, it wore her down and her defenses, and
he probably rocked her socks. I just imagine these women just getting their socks rocked.
Oh, I know.
Like, could you imagine him?
No.
He grabs that meat too. He grabs that.
Yeah.
And he just like, oh, good for her.
Wow.
But she's like, I wouldn't have had unprotected sex with you. And I'm like, I don't know. There's no mood I need. There's no amount of love bombing someone can do to me, or someone could have done to me when I was in a place in my life where I didn't want kids. Like, where I would be like, yeah, sure, no condom. Oh no. Here's what I don't want is an STD.
She must have just not, it's also a situation where she was on vacation. So if they ended up boning early on, it wasn't like maybe plan B was easily accessible.
She said she would have taken a plan B. Remember?
Yeah.
She said that. She's like, if I knew you didn't love me, I would have made you wear a condom. I would have taken a plan B. And
yeah,
I said, oh, you were open to getting pregnant?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of confusion and a lot of bad choices and a lot of assumptions that are made on both parts that make it hard to like hang your hat on either truly one. Because the truth of the matter is, I'm not on his side because I am very thankful that karma did karma's work, which is get to a man that is sowing his seeds without nary a thought of consequence in the world. And I can't believe this is his only kid. I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe it. I won't believe it. And I love the fact that now he is dealing with the fact that, yeah.
No.
Men should be held accountable. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
but
men should be held accountable. I'm just telling you, like, I keep, she and I argue about this because I'm like, if I were to get pregnant today by somebody who did not want to have kids or somebody who I didn't want to parent with, I 100% wouldn't say shit to them. Mainly because I want to do things my way anyway. And if there's another person there and that person's going to have their stupid 2 cents and I don't want it.
Well, whoever has the money makes the rules, and that's in relationships and in parenting, truly. Okay, let's move on to, we talked about her, Daniela Gates and Johan Geronimo.
Oh.
Johan Geronimo.
Is that his middle name? I feel like his last name is Gutierrez, honestly.
I'm not quite sure, but he lives in the DR, honey, and she is from Yonkers, New York. And yeah, it says that she is an entrepreneur who owns Yinsa, a fitness academy, as well as Yinsa Skincare, a line of skincare goods. And he is says that he owns a butcher business in the DR. But I thought that he works at a hotel.
Yeah.
But maybe his family's butcher business, honey?
I don't know.
Those Butcher Brothers?
I don't know.
Anyway.
So anyways, Danielle is 42 years old. Johan is 32 years old. And she is a part of the Ifa faith of Yoruba tribe in Nigeria. And he is Catholic. And
I think Catholic, maybe. Yeah.
I think, isn't that all Catholic?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe.
So I don't know, but he's Christian for sure. And they met at a hotel and she has decided to marry him.
When she saw him,
when
honey.
She saw him.
Oh, what did she say? Wow, what did she say?
That's the man she's gonna marry, 1. And 2, she thinks that he honors her divine feminine energy.
Oh, he does?
That's what she said.
Oh, I remember that. Oh, I just remember her saying that it was a spiritual connection. And
it's like, drink every time you hear someone say it's a spiritual connection.
I know it. And it's just like, especially when it's so obviously not. Yeah. Like, because you've met on a vacation in paradise in a hotel. Like, and also, this is interesting for someone like her who does a bunch of yoga. Like, what do you think is spiritual then? What is your idea of spirituality? Anyway,
I mean, this man doesn't even believe that you don't sometimes go and suck the blood out of babies because you're a witch. I mean, he doesn't think she's an evil witch, which is like crazy that he even thinks that it's crazy. So she's a fool because he wants to come to America.
Okay, so basically, my dad has friends here, so
it's so hilarious.
It's funny. So anyway, so she's been back to the DR and she's just like obsessed with him. She like loves him so much, you know what I'm saying? And she's just like she's a little lady, you know what I'm saying? Like she is a tiny little lady and he is a tall, gigantic man.
She's 4'11", he is 6'7", and he has the parts to go with it. She says that he has a baby arm.
Yeah, I mean, basically his appendage is the size of her.
Yeah, it's the size of her arm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that
he Could you imagine sitting on this?
He wears like a sock puppet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he could make her talk. Okay, so moving on, my loves, to our last two couples are our gay couple. Well, our same-sex couples with some also opposite sex thrown in, you know. So who do you want to start with?
Let's start with Frankie and Abby and Gabby.
Okay, so Frankie, Abby, and Gabby. I wish that Frankie's name was Frabby, and it could have been Frabby, Abby, and Gabby, but that's not it, and it's unfortunate. Frankie is a customer service rep from Nashville, Tennessee, and I've always wanted to go to Nashville. I think it looks really fun. They have such a burgeoning music scene. It feels like it's a really fun hip. Like I feel like it would be like young and vibrant and like a lot of fun energy in places.
Fun fact: Nashville is maybe not the nation's bridal bachelorette party capital, but the majority of their business in downtown, what's the name of the city? Nashville. In Nashville is a bunch of bachelorettes.
Never knew it.
And yeah. I was there for 2 weeks in 2018, and it's being gentrified. It's like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of gentrification that's happening, and the poors are being kicked out, and high rises are going up, and the rich are there running with their children and what are the car seats and strollers. Anyways, but I did that. It was beautiful.
Well,
gas was like $1.50 or something dumb when gas was over here was $3. It's crazy.
What a different world.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you about a different world also with Abby and Gabby, who are in a bisexual relationship, but they also frequently have partners that they bring in. And thus, let me tell you about the origin story of Frankie, Abby, and Gabby.
It's a different world than where you come from. Yes, it is now. Go ahead.
Okay, so Frankie's hanging out with his cousin Rodney, and they're just like really enjoying their time in Mexico. And like Rodney brings his like two bays, Abby and Gabby, they roll in. And once Abby and Gabby lock eyes with Frankie, well, it's over.
Honey. And here, let me show you a picture of them. Did we show them a picture?
I mean, maybe not.
Let's show you a picture because the confusion is I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie could use a little like
hyperpigmentation cream.
Yeah, oh my God. I'm at this point lasers, like
concealer.
Yeah.
Orange.
Yeah. It's interesting how it's interesting. It's like underneath his eyes. I guess hyperpigmentation could happen anywhere. When I think about it, I think of like where the sun hits you. But like his is more like, well, it's an interesting pattern.
Listen, there's a saving grace. This man can dance.
He can
dance, and he had low self-esteem.
He can dance if he wants to. Mm-hmm. He can leave those insecurities behind. He can
dance.
But yeah, he also left behind his virginity of throuples because, honey, once they found him, they spent all night with him, and they went back to his room, honey, and they didn't like bone. They just like really, really talked and like really like got to know each other, I guess, even though Gabby doesn't speak a lick of English and Frankie doesn't speak a lick of Spanish.
Not a second.
But you know who licks? All three of them in their own languages.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With their tongues.
Languas. Yes.
So the next morning,
mm-hmm.
how Frankie knew that they were down,
mm-hmm.
is they just met him in the shower.
Mm-hmm. That old shower trick. Oh, have you done the shower trick, or has the shower trick happened to you, Wah? Do you know what the shower trick is, Wah?
When you bust in on somebody while they're in the shower and catch them unawares and jump in the shower with them like a predator.
Yeah, and then
No.
Has it almost happened to you?
I've been in the shower and have the person walk in and like go to the bathroom, but like never has gotten in with me.
Well, you've taken a shower with someone before, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Showers are great with people, but I don't think I've ever. Yeah, wait, no, I have. I have busted in. I have definitely busted in because I love showers with peeps. And the truth of the matter is, I busted in on showers that were much too small, like those showers that are bathtub shower combo, where you're like, there's one space here. There's one. I guess technically there is two, especially if two become one. To become how many? People must be like, is this whole podcast you guys singing? And we're like, yes. So anyway, I said this also, which is that I can't believe that he woke up alive. Because the story feels like they would just have like,
cut him up.
Took
fed
everything.
Him some kind of drug so that he was asleep.
Yeah,
but stayed awake.
Mm-hmm.
A low heartbeat. And they just took to surgically removing livers and kidneys.
Yeah,
and he just woke up in a
debit cards
just gone. He woke up in the like jacuzzi spa.
Yeah.
filled with ice.
No, but that's not what happened.
Mm-mm.
They just were like, that's the morning is when they were like, you know what? We can't hold back. We held back all night long,
Yeah.
but then we dreamed about it.
And we loved
Woke
you.
up this morning, we were like, no.
Yeah.
So we jumped in, got squeaky clean.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves it. So, but here's the thing, like, he has a secret, and his secret is he's not like the 2-woman type. You know, he's traditional. He's, you know, he wants just that one woman for the rest of his life.
Or if there are 2 women, both of them need to speak his language.
Yeah.
So he starts to talk to Abby more every day because Abby speaks English and Abby was into him. And that Gabby would come on and just say like, hola, and he would say hola. But then him and Gabby just like
Didn't gab.
They didn't want her there.
Gab.
And so they decided that they were going to have Abby move to the US to be with Frankie and get married and ride off into the sunset. And so whenever anybody talked to Frankie about this, he just was like, oh yeah, I am stealing this woman from this woman.
I mean, you know, listen, we don't know what's going to happen, but Abby for sure has some splaining to do. And it brings us to our final coups of the eps and or the cast and the season, which is Valentine and Carlos Jimenez.
Mm-hmm. Valentine is actually Dewan Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
And Carlos is Carlos Jimenez. And Carlos is 28 years old from Colombia, and he hasn't come out as his family at all. And then he is with the consummate HR professional, Dewan Valentine, who's 46 years old, who likes polyamory. He likes singing, and he really enjoys dancing.
Now we have to get Frankie in on some of those jams, how they can dance together. Yeah, Carlos has, you know, long, luscious hair, honey. I mean, I don't know what living proof, Keratis, and he has a mustache, like a handlebar mustache.
Yeah,
honey.
like he wants to rob a train track and like blow it up and put a damsel on it.
Yeah, he is like twirling the very ends, and the ends are stuck there. You know, like they've been trained, and you know, like,
I'm a villain.
What is the upkeep, and how does he trim them? Does he trim them like almost like a bonsai tree? Because it's like a very specific shape.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how that hair works on one's face.
Don't be honest to me. Please lie. Anyway, so, but like, you know, they're both very attractive men. Now, we're going to talk about hair. Valentine also has an interesting hair happening for him as well, my love. So, like, you know, very hairy men, very big, hairy, muscly men. Valentine has the thickest hair that is real and coming deep on that hairline, honey. It's the opposite of a receding hairline. It's the hairline is charging at you.
It's a
you know,
forward headline. It's just like, I mean, it's the high
headline
tide.
Is breaking news. You know what I'm saying?
Headline. I mean, hairline. And it's not like he's trying to cover up a bald patch.
No.
Like he's just has decided that he would like a lot of his hair in
right
waves
here
at the front of his head, covering his forehead.
It actually fades into like nothingness on here. But then, okay, so that's one thing. You're like, okay, that's interesting. And the other thing he does, my loves, that really puts it over the top. And if, you know, let me just tell you, he shaves above his ear and his whole side, what is that called? Side beard? No, sideburn.
Sideburn.
I'm sorry. I was like, can't be beard. But like this entire part off. Like you see, like, you know, like a 3 centimeters above their ear to the line, and then your Elvis Presley is gone. You know, like
it is aggressive.
It's violent. I mean, it feels like he did it absolutely himself because because it doesn't feel like he could have paid for that.
Yeah, I don't know, but anyways, they look
he
like
wears hats, so that's fine.
Yeah, they look like they're gonna have a kind of a tumultuous relationship because Carlos is still in the family and Valentine does not want to be put back in the closet.
Yeah, not at all. And they both have similar types in the bedroom too. They are similar types in the bedroom, and so they're going to have to appease each other. They're going to have to soften in some ways and kind of, you know, allow each other to.
They're both tops, so they both don't want it in the bum.
Yeah.
And so it's hard because they then can only do other things.
Yeah, like they don't want to dance cheek to cheek.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No spooning for these two.
Yeah. No, I like to spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that is the cast, my love, of Love in Paradise season 2. We are so thankful to have you guys be our Patreons, B, of course, listen to the podcast that we're doing, and C, really thankful for you and your appreciation, or for our appreciation for you and your continued
support of us
throughout whatever channels we're doing.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Content.
All right, so you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you later.
Other than that, you know that we have DocuSweetie's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook up. God bless. And we will be releasing episodes as soon as possible. Other than that, yeah, that's all we have to say. We do love you guys. Well, I was like, you already said that. I don't know. All right, my friends, let's go find out what's happening with my dad. You know how it always is. We got to find out. We're on the case.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, boos.
Bye.